This is so crazy. Yeah, we finally did it. We finally did it.
It took a while.
Yo, it really did take a while.
Let's get it.
Yo, episode 1 of that One Piece talk. It's like clapping hands. It's like clapping hands. So yes, this is episode 1 of that One Piece talk. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's actually tuning in and watching. I'm here with my brothers. My name is Larry. I go by the name of Larry, not Lawrence. It's not short for Lawrence. Actually, that's a good introduction and segue to my other mans here. Lawrence, want to introduce yourself?
My name is Lawrence, and Larry is short for Lawrence. So
Okay, we're gonna skip him. All right, we're gonna go to Sebastian. Sebastian, introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? I'm Seb. Don't call me Seb. It's Seb.
Nah, it's Seb now, or it's 8 Ball, or Signature 8, or just Beans. All right, there's too many names for Sebastian.
Too many names. One too many.
All right, Lionel.
And mine is short and sweet. Lionel.
Lionel, aka Jeffrey. No, it's not Jeffrey. It's Lionel. My name is Jeff. All right. Anyway, this is about One Piece. It's a One Piece discussion episode. We will be discussing some personal stories regarding One Piece because we love One Piece, obviously. And then we're overall going to talk about the latest chapter.
Yes.
That is 1015. So I'm not a host. This is our talk show. So what I'm going to actually suggest for all of us is to personally tell us, why did you start reading One Piece / watching, and what made you stay? Who wants to go first? Lawrence goes first. He's in the face. So why did you start, and what made you stay?
Okay. That's a good question, in all honesty. I just know what drew me to One Piece, I guess, was like, one, I feel like everyone can relate to Luffy.
Okay.
But I know personally how I relate to Luffy is the freedom aspect. How he's a young man wanting to be free. You know? So like pretty much in how that's entitled to the entire show, where everyone in a sense is fighting for their own freedom, but especially how they their own view of freedom and what they believe in freedom, and how everyone's trying to, I guess, change on that.
Okay. So that made you start watching it and reading it.
Well,
Or did that?
And that was mad deep.
Yeah, that was super deep, ballsy.
Simply, I mean, I guess that was a more thing that grew too, because simply it was just like I was young too. I was a kid. Oh, this anime's pretty dope. Simply that I wanted to watch it.
Okay.
But then it grew into later on the whole
Understanding the ideology.
Yeah, but also too, whatchamacallit, I liked how crazy One Piece is. A lot going on, the wildness of it. For some reason, that just drove like how I loved how so they would get to like the worst situations like possible in the show, and they would still find a way to like overcome and get through it. Always thought that was dope.
I agree. What about you, Lionel?
Let's say again what he said. It's a good question.
To the mic.
Is it a good question? How funny it was in the beginning. It was kind of unorthodox, like wacky. Like you wouldn't take One Piece seriously first coming off, but you realize it's actually a really deep show, and there's a lot to bring to compared to other mangas. And I really looked, like Lawrence was saying, the other aspect of it is fighting for something that's important to you. Like when you see all the Straw Hats, especially the main Luffy and his Nakama, what they're willing to go through to achieve their goals and dreams. That always like got to me, like how what they're willing to go through and what they're willing to fight. So like that was always like got to me because like shows show that, but when you really watch the show in One Piece, you see like how like for Luffy's dream to become what he was trying to fight for, trying to become, like he's really to risk it all. But not just that, but even for his own, like even with his dream, even for his friends, he's willing to risk it all. So it's like that's something that can't really compare to anything. Somebody's really risk it all for his dreams and for his friends. Like,
So that's what made you stay, but what made you start reading?
honestly, when I was in high school, some guy just was reading One Piece, honestly. And I was just like, and I stopped.
That's how it always starts.
And he was just telling me about the show, and it sounded kind of interesting. Again, it sounded kind of crazy. So I was just like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Then now I'm like, yo, I don't get that.
It's like one of the best.
Yeah.
All right. Well, man. What about you? What made you start?
Mine's a little more specific. This guy right here, Lawrence, they had been telling me about One Piece for... they had been telling me about One Piece for a while, and it was like, oh, this sounds pretty cool, but whatever. And I walked in, because we lived together, and he was reading a chapter. It was like a specifically insane chapter where some of the craziest stuff in the series had happened, and it looked dope. And I asked him what was going on.
Wait, what chapter was that?
It was the chapter where they're fighting the Free Ace at Marineford.
Okay, we're going to skip past that whole part then. Keep going.
And it was the part where Luffy and the impelled down prisoners had fallen from the sky. And you see Ace looking up at like them and Sengoku and Garp
Low-key,
and everything.
craziest, probably one of the craziest moments.
Yeah, and so I was like, yo, this looks insane. And I had seen One Piece like when I was younger, and it didn't draw me. Yeah. But I knew who Crocodile was, I knew who Buggy was. So when I saw them with Luffy, I was like, is that his crew? That's crazy that those dudes would be on the crew right now. And he was like, nah, that's not his crew. His crew is somewhere else doing other things. But right now, they're trying to free his brother. And I was like, Luffy has a brother? That's wild. And he was like, yeah. I don't want to tell you much more, but like, that's his brother. And they try to free him, and like he starts going in about the Yonko and the Marines and all this lore. And I was like, yo, this sounds like one of the most fired arcs ever. Like, I need to see what that's about. So I was like, oh, I need to watch this. They're like, all right, you're gonna have to watch it. You gotta watch it, this and that. And what made me continue, that's what got me into it. What made me continue watching it was the moments. Like, there was some super like dope, badass moments, like Zolo versus Mr. One and Zolo versus Mihawk and Crocodile beating Luffy. Like, there was those moments happened every other arc or every arc where it was super crazy. Like, I think what really drew me in and made me know like this is the show, this is the one. Yeah. Was Arlong Park when they put the hat on Nami. I was like, all right, this is fire. This is like what I've been looking for. It hit that emotional spectrum. Yeah. I was like, this is what I've been looking for in an anime for a minute, because I was a big Naruto guy and like Ippo and stuff, but they never really touched me there, like emotionally. Yeah. You know what I mean? And One Piece was like, yo, that's crazy. Like, this is kind of wild. Like, this chick is sitting there stabbing herself in the arm because she feels away. And like, they were like, nah, that, like, that's our friend. We're going to whoop your butt because of it. You know what I mean? And it was cool. And like, beyond that, Luffy climbing the mountain with Chopper's arc. Like, there was just a lot of super, super insane stuff that would go down. And I just thought it was really great because of that. So that's what kept me into it. And then, like Lionel said, it was really funny. I didn't expect it to be that funny and that dope, like, with the moments. So it's really well
I agree. And Lawrence tells the most intriguing things ever. He makes it sound so good. Yeah. He really does. Yo, you got to admit, right? Like Lawrence will tell you a story and you'll immediately be like, oh, okay, I'm interested. And if I tell you a story, it's like, yeah, I'm not interested. I'm like, yeah, that's just how it is.
I don't know about all that. But
it's true though, because Lionel was trying to get me into One Piece earlier than that, and I was like, ah, whatever. And then it was like, oh,
Lawrence can make a paper clip attaching two papers sound crazy.
That's why he gets
like, yo, that's the hardest arc ever. Then he did what? Oh man, yo. So I guess the same thing. Like, it was actually Lawrence who got me into it when I was living with you guys, and I was coming downstairs, and I'm not talking about that story, but I saw him literally watching One Piece on the desktop, and it was Thriller Bark, and Kuma just showed up, and he was at the pier, and I looked at the computer. I was like, why is this dude shaped like that? Like, dude never hit leg day ever. He ain't carrying around a Bible. And what's up with him? Like, he got beer ears? Like, I just didn't understand. So then I just completely was just like, Naruto's that dude right now. Like, Naruto's this, that. Bleach, yo, fire. But then I started to watch One Piece because it had such great talk about it. And it had this lore and world building that I think I've never seen before except in Naruto. But it was more expanded because Kishimoto kind of had like that, all these side characters are super dope, but they all have limits. Like they never expand past your interest. You never get it like expanded on. And then when I seen One Piece and I saw like all these side characters really have their own stories within the story, and you get to live with them a little bit. Like if you ever watch Game of Thrones season 8,
oh God,
you never got to live with some character's pain, but in One Piece you kind of get to do that, and that's where I think it shines the most. So it really touches you in some incredible ways. So I gotta thank Lawrence too, man.
Yeah, man.
Lawrence out here.
Honestly, though,
Lawrence out
I don't
here.
give him no credit, man.
Nah, Lawrence is our brother, man.
the one that put mostly all us on it though is Lionel.
It's Lionel, yeah, Lionel
Yeah.
was the one.
So pretty much, because I know, I think me and Lionel may have started watching it at the same time. But I remember there was a while where, because we were watching the English translation.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my
All right,
Lord.
for anybody that is a dub watcher, I respect you.
Nah,
if you're a
bro.
sub watcher, I respect you. But there's a clear difference in actual quality.
Hold on,
What do you gain from that?
there is dubs that work. Like Death Note's dub works. Yu Yu Hakusho's dub works.
Yes,
I agree.
yes.
One
Yes,
Piece's
that is
dub does not work. I'm
It doesn't,
sorry.
it
But
doesn't.
The one we were watching earlier though, remember it was worse. That was when they had
4 kids.
four
Oh,
kids.
man. Oh,
my
it was
God.
like
Sanji with the lollipop.
the lollipop
Get-
cigarette.
Get that out of here.
Oh man. And the
guns-
water
the
gun,
guns,
water
the
pistols.
guns,
Oh,
it was-
my
Stop
God.
it.
Get that. Get
Get
that.
some help.
all kinds of shit, you
It's
know?
just, it's not.
So I remember, so we kind of like, because the way also had this weird gimmick with like Luffy and his catchphrases and everything. So it was just all over the place. So then,
Yo, One Piece curses a lot, by the way. it's super dark and it curses a lot.
it is low key dark from when you first start watching it. It's like,
Yes.
Yo, it's
Yes.
darker than you think. Like,
yeah.
Way dark. Yo, we had a conversation the other day about if One Piece was like rated R.
yeah.
Like
From jump,
what would be the craziest things that has happened throughout the whole series? And I was like, yo, I'm gonna be real.
it's a lot of stuff, bro.
That Fishman Island arc with Fisher Tiger, yo, if that was uncut, oh my god, bro, that would have been crazy to watch. Oh my god, that would have been crazy.
They take it to a different level than
That or the whole thing with National, which brings us up with Ace and the babies.
oh
Yeah.
Ace and the Babies.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember this, but when they were looking for Ace, because he was,
Oh.
they started just
That's terrible.
mass murdering infant childs because they were like they could be him.
Yeah.
They could be this person's son.
By the way,
You know what I mean?
By the way, if anybody
Which is a
used
biblical
hockey,
references, by the way.
that was his mom, bro. She hockey birthed him. Hockey birthed. Like, I don't understand how you could hold a child for what, 22 months?
22 months.
It was something like that.
It's just there's so many of those though, like just situations, man. Like I'm not gonna get into all that. It's
Yeah,
a little
don't
too
get into
dark.
that.
It's a little too dark. But
Yeah, there's a lot. Like laws,
Rob-
Alabastas,
Robin's whole life.
Robin's whole life.
Honestly, I think Law has the darkest backstory at all. Like,
Does
everything that's
Law
out there
have
was-
the darkest
backstory in One
Robin's
Piece?
is pretty dark too, but I think the darkest I believe is Law's.
Laws. Yo, who else has a dark backstory like
There's
that?
a lot. So
It depends on what you consider dark. You know what I mean? Because there's dark like, oh, this you went through a lot of traumatic stuff, and then there's dark like, yo, you didn't experience happiness at all at any point, and like Laws was that, right? But like, there's people like or you experience like the saddest you could possibly be, like Senior Pink, bro.
Oh,
Dude, like-
that was a crazy
Like keep
one.
real. Like he's not crazy. Like we don't think to his, but he's lying to his wife and everything, and he comes home and she flips out because
Yeah, if there was ever traumatic, like
he was broken.
he was a broken
He
man.
was a broken man.
Even
broken
to when he faced Frankie,
yeah,
because he's still dressing as
yeah.
Yeah, that was sad.
Like the
And his wife's already gone.
yeah.
Yeah,
And he's still
that's,
wearing.
That's sad.
He's dressing as the child he should have had.
You know who it actually is? It's Momo, and we don't because we're witnessing it live action.
guess.
But it's Momo, yo.
I'll tell you this.
Dude.
Hold on. His
Dude.
life is alright. Yo,
Dude.
let me tell you this. Hit Odin in that pot, boiling. Like if it was uncut, they would have showed his skin.
Seething
They would have
off
showed.
of
They would have showed him looking like a pork. Like I don't like
If
some type
Momo
of
saw
meal.
Dude.
If Momo saw that, I may agree with it.
Y'all
But
sleeping on the Momo backstory right now.
No, you're right, but like,
Dude, even
You know what would have been crazier?
Even the Conjurer
Hold on,
reveal.
hold
Like
on.
that's his man.
You know what would have been crazier? If we actually saw Zeph eating his leg
that would've been great.
uncut.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm sorry, bro.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
it's
Yo,
funny.
it would have been Gantz level.
I just got my boy into watching One Piece, and I had to tell him that, like, this is what actually happened with Zeph and the leg. And he was like, "What? What?
Nobody realizes it.
It's
Nobody
crazy.
realizes
But he
it.
did
yo.
know how to prepare those legs. He's a chef.
Come on."
Wait, what did he say?
He said you knew how to prepare those legs.
He's a chef.
What's wrong with
So
you?
he's just
he
like,
didn't have
all
any
right.
seasoning. What are you talking about?
He had sea
All
salt.
right, so maybe we
right
should just
there.
turn
It's
Lawrence's
getting
camera off now.
Dark.
Yeah, sea salt.
Oh man.
Available.
Yo, I'm gonna be real. He probably did. Like, if you're gonna eat your leg, you're probably gonna make it worth it, right?
Oh man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're gonna probably eat your leg, right? You're like, damn, yo, this shit is nasty.
Like eating chicken legs.
Chicken legs, yes. All right, so we all read the latest One Piece chapter 1015.
Yes, we did.
So I want to hear y'all thoughts. What did y'all think about the latest chapter so far? Anybody could take the floor.
All right, so I'm gonna take the floor.
Yeah, I was gonna let him.
Yeah, because we know
the resident Sanji fan in the group. Okay? It's been a long time coming, but we here now, and it's Sanji season. Because I heard a lot of
But he
talk.
didn't do anything
He
yet.
did. Listen, he rocked Pero Sparrow. He rocked Queen. Saved the day again, like he always
guess.
do. All right, it's Sanji season.
he really didn't do anything though.
What you mean?
Yo,
What do you mean?
literally, all he did was kick dude. And like Queen is known for getting hit because all Zoans are known for getting hit.
Listen, man.
And Parasparrow just happened to be in the way of his
Oh, I'm
metal
sorry.
neck
I'm sorry.
and got hit by it.
I'm sorry. Sound like some hate.
It didn't sound like
Sound
no,
some hate.
but there's no
Sound like
hockey
some
on
hate.
it. There's no
Sound like
hockey
some
on it
hate.
though.
We can't confirm that.
One.
So you're saying that Sanji hockey kicked him and the hockey transferred into his neck and then Parasparrow got hit?
Well, I know, but that was a person feet.
We're not doing that.
he
We're not
used
doing that.
Queen's neck.
He
to-
spun him around
yeah.
to create an
I'm gonna be
umbrella.
real. I was super confused by that whole thing. Like
it was a lot.
Was he kicking him here and then here? Or was he just kicking him and then jumping up and then kicking him again?
I
like,
thought he kicked him a bunch of times to spin him
Honestly,
as a
I thought it was back and
rotisserie,
forth.
It was
but
like-
I didn't know.
it was
You remember
back
Street Fighter when
you mean the Tatsumaki?
Ooh,
The Tatsumaki
the,
kick?
the,
The spin,
the,
the
hur-
other
the
one.
hurricane kick, no?
Not the spin when he's like, I mean,
No.
the one that's like, he kind of like goes like in a straight line, but continually kicking.
Oh
no, she's like,
yeah, I remember that. So I thought the chapter was really good, not just because of the Sanji stuff. There was a lot of stuff
guess.
that I feel like was like could have ended a chapter potentially, and it was like Sanji doing that, Kinemon getting stabbed again, Momo riling up the troops, Law and Kid teaming up. Like there was a bunch of stuff that happened in the chapter that I felt like could have been the cliffhanger like Oda normally does. And like there were scenes I really liked, like even Luffy calling out to Momo with the voice of all things. Because I know some people
never been able to do
have
that.
ridiculous theories,
What?
like Zoe showing up.
How is that a ridiculous theory?
Whatever.
Do you
Zoe
really think?
showing up.
Why
He
would
thought
Zoe
Zunisha
show
was
up?
gonna
All right,
show up.
Hold on.
To
So
Wano?
yeah,
The
so
The whole island.
the whole
Yes,
island.
the whole entire island.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you right now. The reason why I thought it makes sense was because Zunisha, right? We expected Luffy to lose. We knew that he was going to lose because he usually has to lose twice before he beats the main villain, right? That's kind of like every arc he's ever been in. So I was like, the island is floating. Who else is going to knock Kaido out and then save the island once it falls onto the capital? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe Momo, if he can do that. We don't know he can do that. So I was like, yo, realistically, Zoe would probably have to come into the picture and save the island from falling down. Because if it doesn't, it's going to kill everybody in the capital. Then I was like, Momo's, the only time he's ever freaked out and had like a seizure from hearing something was when we saw Zunisha. And it called out to him. Now, all of a sudden, we have, again, another power-up, because this is a power-up, by the way. He's now able to talk to people without talking to them, and he's...
To Momo.
Yeah, but now...
Specifically.
But now he's just like, yo, I can do this too. I can compete with a Yonko who's been in the game for 20 plus years, and I just learned how to do King Conqueror's coding hockey. Like you can't tell me this, man. Why is he getting so many bucks?
You gotta quantify what you're saying right now. Yeah. To me,
listen.
Because one, the reason why it was ridiculous is because there's no way Zoe could close the gap in order to save Luffy. He's been in the water for 30 seconds. I'm supposed to, as an island, close that distance.
Well, we're focused on the battle.
Save him?
We're focused on the battle, so we don't know if Zunisha is even nearby.
But also, why wouldn't she or whatever that creature is, Zoe, save Luffy in the first place? Like,
voice of all things, bro.
But,
do that.
But
I would rather have that than to be like, yo, Luffy is unconscious in water and currently is just talking to Momo, telling him he's still gonna beat Kaido.
But that's the deal. He knows that Momo could hear him. That's the only person he can communicate to.
Yeah.
How he know that? When did that ever happen?
On Zoe. They both heard Zoe, and he was like, yo, you have to talk to him.
Yeah, Luffy was
that's how they happened.
They've been established that Momo and Luffy had the voice of all things.
That's cool, but they never said that they could communicate.
But they were both able to communicate with Zoe.
But
so why would they not be able to communicate with each other?
Because Zoe is like an ancient animal.
So?
Zoe has like a specific, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just not obvious. Like that should be the case. Like that's a special being.
It's a new I don't say technique, but it's a new ability. So I get like, yo, I didn't get what was going on. You know what I mean? I get that, but I don't think it's beyond the pale of anything that we've seen in One Piece already.
This is kind of like a throw up. This is a throw up in the air.
No, because
I think this is bad writing.
It's also in the name.
Is it
in the name?
The voice of all things.
It's not just creatures.
Ron was able to understand the poneglyphs because even though that's like
he can't speak,
communicate or talk, but he was able to understand it and hear his voice, and that's not even a creature.
It is wild. They're communicating telepathically.
There's not enough to explain about it. But
put it this way, it's weird and different because I believe, if I remember correctly, when Odin and Roger were on the ship under the sea, and they heard the Sea Kings, Odin couldn't actually understand what they were saying, but Roger knew what they were saying, correct? Or am I wrong?
No.
Hold on, Larry.
Did they understand two different things?
Hold on.
What?
So you're telling me it's more believable that from whatever distance Wano is from Zoe, that Momo was able to call out to him and have him come rescue Luffy for Luffy?
I think it would have been better.
Than it would be for Luffy, who's, I don't know how far he is from Momo, from the island in the sky to in the water.
Yeah.
Them being able to... How is that less ridiculous?
I would have felt like, because they've connected once, like Momo and Zunisha connected, right? They had the ability to talk to each other. He talked to it. It talked to him. That opened a bridge, like a link between both of them. So he would be able to feel Momo's frustration and would come to him. Because now Momo has his ability to control him, which I don't want to say it's like Shirahoshi, where he's like the new Pluton. I mean, not Pluton, but the new Poseidon. But it's overall like he has sort of that kind of ability with his Zunisha. So I was like, maybe that would have been more acceptable than Luffy just appearing to be able to talk to somebody unconscious. Like, that's stupid to me.
But the thing is, that's not even what saved Luffy, though. The submarine saved Luffy.
Yeah, which makes more sense.
You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing. Yeah. Like, they just communicated. Like, nothing's different from what they had already done in the past. Yeah.
And to me. And also, if hearing the voice of all things is hockey, they showed that you actually use hockey unconsciously. Whitebeard and Luffy both did unconsciously use hockey.
Why Whitebeard do it?
When he stopped Ace.
Yeah, he did.
It's not just against Ace. They said while Whitebeard was sleeping, you couldn't land an attack on him because...
No, they're talking about overall, though.
Yeah. It's all right, yo. Larry just bought her his theory.
Nah, man. Yo, I was so 100% that Zunisha was going to come through. I'm so serious. I was like, yo, Zunisha's coming through.
I told you from jump it was going to be the submarine. He's in the water. There's a submarine
on
the ark.
No, it's not even because I want to be right. It's because I really was like, yo, this makes the most sense.
How?
Yo, these dudes haven't been in the picture the whole time.
They're in the water.
That's cool. We didn't know that.
Yes, we did.
We knew that they were we knew they were in a submarine. That's what I'm saying. We knew they were in a submarine, but we didn't know how close they were. We didn't know if they were still following them. We never got another panel saying like, "Yo, what's up?" They could have been like, "Oh, the island's floating. Let's follow." They were just like, yo, the island went up
But then,
and rocks are falling down.
we wouldn't get this great moment where you were wrong
It's not a
about
great
your
moment.
theory.
It's not a great moment.
We wouldn't get that moment.
It's not a great moment.
Granted, though, we may not know exactly what their objective is, but we do know from the get, we knew, pretty much we knew from the get, right, that they were in the submarine because they kind of established that when Law was with them.
I get it, man. It just doesn't. It's not attractive. It adds no tension.
Yo, hold on. Every save doesn't have to be sexy. You feel me?
It should.
Like it's not all Spider-Man saving Mary Jane, bro. It's not all that.
It should be.
Sometimes the logical thing just happens.
I should think like, whoa, like that was crazy. This is where like, sure.
No, because think about this. Wouldn't that seem out of nowhere? This comes in the same.
It would have been fire, but in 2 chapters later, be like, this is bullshit. That's what would happen.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Why he ain't drowning? That's a real question.
That's a real question.
That's a real question. How long was he down there?
I mean, he just dropped.
He dropped and then fell. It's been one chapter.
Yeah,
it's been one chapter.
Obviously, this is not a good.
But they showed it from the beginning. Arlon Park. Remember how long Luffy was in the water?
He was on the water for like 6
They showed his lung capacity has been
but they took his neck and they stretched it.
Eventually.
But Sanji had to go get him and bring it up.
Again, they don't elaborate the time lapse. Like, that could have been a really quick.
Hold on. This man Odin survived in a boiling pot for an hour. We mad at Luffy surviving drowning for 2 chapters? Come on, bro. This is One Piece, bro.
I hate fourth will, bro. I don't know if y'all know what fourth will is, people, but it's just plot armor.
Oh my god.
That's what fourth armor.
And it wasn't like he was in the full chapters. Because the beginning of the one he got knocked out, he wasn't even in the water.
Let's just move past it. So what else?
Oni's just in the air. That far of a drop.
You know why this chapter was bad? Can I also say why it was bad? Oh yeah, the chapter was like 4 out of 10 for me. Yo, you want to know why it's bad? Because Kinemon is out here surviving.
Yo, I actually love that scene.
Why?
It's like an ant versus a dragon. Like he's trying his hardest, bro.
But he's clearly he's probably dead after that.
It's One Piece.
Lawrence.
Nobody dies in One Piece.
Lawrence.
We legit Jamie drop of all the people that died.
White people both died.
Oh, why you right?
Dude, spoilers, bro. Listen.
No, because we know Kinemon ain't dead. We know that Kiku ain't dead.
No, he got stabbed.
We know Kanjiro ain't dead.
No, the way they showed
they could all be dead.
They not dead.
No, the way they showed it, Kinemon looks like he's dead.
That was on.
Zohan.
Listen,
Zohan taking it is
I don't accept any of this.
The fact that Oda silhouetted it means that what happened was too brutal for him to show it on panel.
I guess.
That's why he silhouetted it.
I seen somebody get their fist pushed through another person's insides.
Oh, we needed that to happen.
No, I want to bring up.
So that was like element. So it wasn't an actual like a fist coming through.
Okay, Lano.
It was
okay.
A fist. A magma fist coming through fire.
I guess.
For fire.
I guess, but you're not right. No,
hey, you're saying that, but never.
No, I want to bring up something. Did anyone peep? What you call it? Chopper's hands in that one scene. Didn't it look like his hands were hockey hardened? Did anyone else notice that?
I didn't see that.
No, I'm talking
if Chopper has hockey hardened, I accept it.
No, I'm talking about forearms.
I accept it. It's
What
BS.
what part are you talking
It's BS.
That's shadowing, bro. I'm looking at a shadow.
I know, but like the way the lighting looks, right? The way the lighting looks, it kind of looks because both hands like that. Tell me that
It's not, bro.
I'll tell you this though. Sebastian was right about the whole Sanji's gonna fight Queen.
I mean,
we all knew that.
Anybody who's ever watched more than 2 arcs in One Piece knew Sanji was fighting Queen and then Zoro was fighting King.
Hold on. Yeah. Real talk.
Everybody.
Did you notice that Marco had the same panel for like 3 chapters?
It was just him like he's like, I like you guys. Like, yo, shut up.
What are you even doing at this war right now?
Yo, like he literally copied and pasted. This is how useless Marco is.
Oda did that in Whole Cake Island once, or like 3 times with Sanji, and saying like they're gonna, I believe in them or whatever. I have faith. I was like, yo, all right, bro. Like, okay, we get it.
He knows what characters can't do much.
Oh my god!
I'm just
he's fighting Queen.
Well, I don't know. Not really.
I mean, is he winning?
Oh my god! Now we have to
Chopper.
Is he winning?
Chopper. No.
Is he winning?
So you're saying a commander himself has to fight 3 commanders and win? Okay.
Listen,
how
many years he been in the game though? Like
they've been in the game as long.
No,
Name another commander that could do that, and I'll wait.
I mean,
Probably
there's not
Dogtooth,
many
I don't know.
commanders.
No, he could not.
Who?
Dogtooth?
I said probably.
Oh my
Dogtooth.
god! Stop it,
If he
man.
win that, it's probably.
Stop it.
No,
I'm
I'm not saying winning.
not
I
even doing
didn't
it.
mean like win.
Not even
I
on
meant
the
fight,
show,
do
I'm
what
never
Marco did.
talking
But
about
Marco's not
Dogtooth,
winning
bro.
either. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying Dogtooth will win because Marco's not winning either. What I'm thinking is, but like we saw Marco fighting them earlier. Not now. Chopper kind of just taking it. I don't even know what Marco's
Listen,
doing right
he's
now.
the
Maybe
only
he's fighting
King. King hasn't shown
Lawrence,
up.
That's a maybe.
Lawrence, he's the only Zoan in the entire show that has a energy problem, like an endurance problem.
Because he'd be too
Marco.
Hawks otherwise.
Who, Marco?
He
Yeah.
would be the fakest person in the series
Well,
otherwise.
technically, he's supposed to be like, because all Zoans have this crazy taking ability. Marco's supposed to get extra because he has not only taking, but he has healing.
Listen,
But again, like,
He don't even heal
I don't know.
people.
Marco's
He-
he's healing people early in his arc.
That's
He
my
Don't even
healed
know
people
people.
earlier in his arc.
Marco is the most useless.
But honestly,
dude
I'm
in
not
the
gonna
time.
lie.
He
I
did
was-
a couple moves, and we were like, finally.
I know, I got mad. I was like, okay, Sebastian, now's the time for him to
Yeah,
stunt.
yeah, for real.
But then now
I was like,
we
yo,
know
time to
he's
stunt
not
right now.
made-
And then next chapter, he's like, yo, I'm tired, dude.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna take a break.
Yo,
also that
he's
healing thing,
fighting
that
King
healing-
and Queen.
but he's also like that healing is only temporary. All right, so like
Oh
go
my
to Chopper,
gosh,
like
yo.
go to
We
Chopper.
didn't even see King do anything.
Yeah.
But
King
get
is
owned
just
by
flying.
Marco.
King is just flying,
King's
shooting
still
fire.
there.
They saw
And
King.
Marco's like,
You see that, but they don't say nothing about King and Queen getting taken by Marco. But then you come out Marco.
Listen,
But
I-
he's fighting both.
you
of
can
them.
get yoked up.
So, but they don't come
Listen,
at King
listen,
or Queen.
listen, you can get yoked up.
What did Queen say though?
Commander.
Queen said,
It's
"Yo,
crazy.
I'm playing with y'all." Queen
He
said,
said he's playing with Chopper.
Yeah.
He didn't say nothing about Marco.
He was
"Where's
gonna
He's
Marco?
like, that's it.
Where is Marco though?
Owning
Why
King
you
somewhere over there.
Why are you watching Chopper fight by himself?
Because there's a lot of stuff going on. I gotta save Samurai
Now,
on
let's
this
be-
end.
let's be
I gotta
real.
fight commanders
I
on
thought
this
Sanji
end.
did
Where's
that.
Where's Marco right now?
Where's
like-
King right now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably with Marco fighting.
Crazy,
You
yo.
better hope
If he
they
was
are,
that
'cause if
strong,
they not,
hold on. If he was that strong and he was still able to take both of them on,
I
he'd just
didn't
be
say-
handling both, right?
Listen, we didn't say he was that strong. We said Dogtooth's not doing this. Maybe Dogtooth.
Maybe.
I'm not saying winning
Maybe.
though. I'm not
That's what
saying
his
winning.
ability allows him to do. But in
Yo,
general,
real talk. If
this is-
Dofi was here, he'd handle Parasparrow.
Yeah.
He'd keep Queen at bay most likely with all. He'd probably create strings
you're
everywhere, right?
underestimating dudes, bro. You're underestimating.
Well, he also has
Well,
the
again-
ability to, do his ultimate move. He could do heavenly.
So what's his idea that
string?
He could do Awakening
No,
too.
but what's this
Yeah.
idea? It looks like you guys have that Dogtooth, King, and Queen are both weaker than Marco.
Yeah, why?
Well, yeah, what's that idea?
Because they haven't shown me that they're
I never
stronger
said
than
that.
Marco.
What
I
has
believe
Marco-
that.
I never said that.
I
No, no.
believe that.
No, but what has Marco shown that he's stronger than them?
But what did
When
they
he,
show?
he doesn't have
when-
the observation
when
or the
he was
hockey.
fighting admirals and not getting owned by them. Because Dogtooth would get owned by Kizaru or Akainu or Aokiji.
Why do you believe that?
Why do you believe the opposite?
not true.
Why do you believe the opposite?
See, that's the thing.
Marco hasn't shown their observation or their hockey.
But the thing is,
He's never had his own arc. He's never
Yeah.
been the guy in the fight. He's never had his own one-on-one.
honestly, we never
saw it.
and we never saw King, Queen, or any of them face an Amble
Thank
level
you.
opponent.
Thank you.
You're just going by off Marco because he fought an Amble.
I
But
saw-
Go to
Oh,
how
so
they
go by
go
this.
about
So I
Amble.
guess Visa's Mihawk level now.
No.
Must be.
He, no,
Going
he
by what you
clashed
guys
with
said,
him.
he must be
No,
Miko
he
level.
clashed with him. But there's also the fact that he was in consideration for a potential Yonko seat.
Yeah.
He fought with Blackbeard, and yes, they lost, but he's good. He didn't get his Devil Fruit taken, which means he was never overpowered by one of the top 4 strongest pirate crews in the game right now, and he was good. They literally take Devil Fruits. He has the most valuable Devil Fruit
That
anybody
only-
can grab, and they weren't able to take it.
That only matters how that
Come
fight
on,
played
man.
out, though. That only matters how that fight played out.
100%.
Shiryu had to take Gecko. What was it? Gecko Warriors? Who was it? No,
Abyssal.
I was
Yo,
on
you know
instead
what's,
of Marcos.
you know what's crazy, Lawrence? That they weren't able to take his Devil Fruit, but he got locked up by like a vice admiral.
And while
Soft.
fighting an admiral.
Soft.
Oh my god.
Where's your
He was barely
observation?
even. They weren't even in the pocket fighting. He was.
Nah,
they
he was just
weren't.
running around.
Yeah, pretty
Why are you
much.
not flying?
Hey, don't get on people that.
Oh, it's endurance levels
Yo,
again.
we always get into this stuff, bro.
Yo,
y'all like forget
listen.
what happened.
Yo,
It's crazy.
I can say the same thing about King, Queen, and Kaido.
Yo,
what was
E-
your observation at
what-
when the
The
Scabbards
Scabbers
came and
pulled
just
up on them, and Izo shot King's sword out of his hand.
Hey,
But
go-
they get nothing. I'm fighting an admiral and a vice admiral over here,
When people are weaker
and
than them.
Whitebeard and
Weaker
Whitebeard
than
taking
them.
knees because he got magma fisted. But King, you can just pull up on him, and there's no problem.
Oh.
You can just
Who's
bow.
that?
Again.
Oh snap!
Again,
Oh
Sebastian,
snap!
again,
My
Sebastian.
sword.
But who let their
Sebastian.
captain die?
Sebastian.
Oh my god. This captain is 72 years old. Oh my god. Yo, bro, look at what's happening to Kaido up there getting jumped by 30 people.
Captain Daddy
Hold on, hold on.
Kaido could be dead right now. They wouldn't know.
They know that Kaido's not gonna be dead.
Yeah,
they know
that-
Kaido's not gonna be dead.
Hold on. Okay, but
They know
that's
Kaido's not
only
gonna be
because
dead.
the people that were attacking Kaido weren't strong enough. They weren't able to do anything to stop those people from getting to Kaido. So imagine stronger people. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because okay, nobody Kaido was fighting on that roof was as strong as Akainu. Not a single one. Not a single person on there was stronger than Akainu. So, or Kizaru.
I mean, you give Luffy 2 more chapters, he might be.
But my point is, you're killing Marco for letting a dude who was stronger than him fight his captain, while another dude who was stronger than him was getting help from another dude that was at least hockey capable. And King and Queen is like, oh snap, all these weak ass scavengers can just pull up to my captain because I wasn't strong enough to stop them. Literally, Marco tossed Zolo past them, and they were like, oh snap, can't do nothing about it because Marco got me head up. Come on!
Did he yoke both of them up?
He yoked both of them up at the same
So
time.
impressive.
Yo, but see this.
But my
but
point is, I'm not
Sebastian-
trying to clown.
I'm pretty sure Sebastian's chokeholded like Charles at one point, but he's not gonna stop him.
But with that same argument, though, right?
Oh my God.
That same argument, right? Just because, like, so were you
It's
convinced?
crazy.
No, with the whole Marco versus Amaro things. Just because you seen him able to do that, are you convinced that Marco is Amaro level or could possibly beat one of those Amaros through those little exchanges he did at the war?
No. No.
Okay, then.
But that's my point, is that he hasn't had enough time or shown fighting moments. Like, he hasn't gotten a one-on-one. He hasn't gotten a way for us to see the full capability of his ability. Even just before this, we didn't think his flames could hurt people, but we saw he was able to hurt King with flame. So, like, can we get more time off? Can you get panel on page of fighting? Like, right now, you're clowning him because he's in the background of it. Like, right now.
I don't get how Sebastian could literally give props to a dude this hard, but he hasn't done anything, right? But when it comes to like Shanks or it comes to anybody else,
Listen,
automatically nobody gets praised.
Okay.
Selective, pick and choose.
It's not selective. It's not selective.
It's terrible.
The reason,
why do you fanboy for this dude so hard?
I don't fanboy
man?
for Marco. I keep it real. The
'cause he's
reason
blind.
I don't like
Blind squad.
Yeah, the reason I don't like Shanks, it's not that I don't like Shanks. The reason why I have a problem with Shanks is because he represents a major plot hole to me, and an almost otherwise there's not many plot holes in One Piece to me. Shanks represents a major one because y'all know how I feel. He should not have been able to lose his arm to that lowly Sea King based off of where he was at in his strength level in the story. Does not matter. There's never going to be a point where y'all can make that make sense to me.
Who said that I had to accept that? Was it Lionel?
It was Lionel.
Terrible.
No, it was Lionel.
Lionel tried to make me realize that it was essential for Shanks to give up his arm because he just needed to.
No.
And I was like, bro, there's
That's not
no
what I said.
reason why
That's not what I said.
not.
The plot demanded.
No,
No,
that's not what I said.
No, what Lionel was trying to explain, because we were talking about before, he's trying to explain that it's in Shanks' character
He also snitched.
for him to do so.
And it made him a worse character.
No.
Oh,
no,
100%.
It goes to what his believes in, right? Because we were talking about before, Shanks believes that life is more important than a limb. Like, Luffy's life is more important than him losing his head limb.
That his life priorities is messed up.
No, because he's like, forget
Because he could have just
that's your
punched.
viewpoint.
He could have just punched that Sea King in the face, kept his arm, and kept it going.
No,
Again,
but honestly,
that's your view. If you would have did it, that's fine. But the Shanks,
Anybody would have did that. Any logical human being would have did that.
that is true. But I'm thinking about the scenario, how I try to put
How
it in my
you
head.
save this dude first, though?
Well, one, how he found Luffy in general is like damn near like impossible.
Honestly, how did he even lose his arm? Like, how do you
Bring
go
up the
about
theory with the law thing.
grabbing Luffy and still getting the arm taken?
Let's not get deep into that because that's going to take forever. But
And be a
did you
snitch.
notice about this chapter that Zeus went into Nami's
Climb attack, yeah.
climb attack? How?
Wasn't
When it was
is
getting eaten
yeah.
by what's her name, Hera?
Yeah.
When Zeus was getting eaten, the climb attack was also in her mouth.
Yeah.
So it must have Zeus must have just.
I don't think it's
When
Shimmy
did
in
she
there.
get it out of her mouth though? Like when did that?
The real question is, does the climb attack with Zeus just end after Big Mom is just like knocked out?
Like, yeah, when Big Mom dies, she should just, or what, I say when, if.
No, she's knocked out. If she dies,
she got
it's her
temporary
soul. Though.
No. When
So
she's
to me,
knocked
I
out,
don't
it's
think
still
I don't think it would. So similar to how
So you think
Rourke's
that
ability works?
her whole island is just gonna be staying alive while she's gone?
Now when she's
Technically, only the homies that have her life in it, her soul in it. Because Zeus and Prometheus and Hera now, they have a piece of and what's the one with the Napoleon? They have a piece of her soul. So the other homies have random other people's souls. So to me, even if she were to die, they could like make their way back to her body and bring her back to life. Which
Big Mom is the strongest Yonko.
but that's
a theory. That's a theory.
Big Mom is the strongest Yonko by far.
I mean,
she's
not
not
Until we
stronger
see
than Kaido.
Shanks,
She's not stronger
she's the
than Kaido.
strongest
She
Yonko.
legit
That's what I
admitted
got.
though that there's no killing that thing. She was talking about Kaido.
Yeah, man.
So
And
showing-
she,
in
and
the
she
sense that
knows
she
about
can't beat
advanced
Kaido.
conquerors, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now though, if it really comes down to Luffy actually fighting one of the Yonko and it has to be Blackbeard, Blackbeard gets trashed.
Nah,
After
he's gonna
this-
get a third Devil Fruit. He's gonna get Marco's
needs
fruit.
Even if he gets the third
He's
Devil
gonna get
Fruit,
Marco's
He
fruit.
needs to.
even
gonna
if he
get
gets a
Marco's
third Devil
fruit.
Fruit,
It would
what
make
is that gonna
sense.
matter? What is
What do
that
you
gonna
mean?
matter?
He
What
can
if the?
revive himself from any damage.
I mean, till you get
No.
tired.
No, because he's already a tank.
But
And
they never
if
show
it is
the limits
Marcus,
of Marco's ability, though. They do.
Dude.
I mean, just because you got a little
I just think
smart
that hockey is
doesn't
just
mean-
too overpowered. Like if
It is getting to that
if I
point.
could hockey you, no amount of
But-
Devil Fruit
but
you
Larry-
have is ever gonna
But
matter to
Larry,
me.
how do you know he doesn't have hockey growth in a similar fashion to Luffy?
I don't know.
dude,
Because he's always been ambitious. He's always been driven and knowledgeable.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, why wouldn't? I mean, I understand that he's not going through the trials and tribulations that Luffy is, but he's knowledgeable of hockey. He was the first person to say it, I think, in the series.
Not the first, but he was
is-
able to sense Luffy's
Yeah.
hockey even on
But
both
that's
the
that,
giant.
that question is that if he's not going through the same thing Luffy's going, then his hockey's not going to be that strong.
I mean, that's where we get into the Dogtooth argument.
Well, no, also, I think
We're not getting into that.
Blackbeard is
I can't take it,
stronger
man.
than what we think. I think that.
He's much stronger.
He's way stronger than we think.
I guess.
He probably
I
already
don't-
low-key
I mean,
has advanced conquerors.
He's
on.
overpowered for sure, but that's just
That's the
Devil
thing,
Fruit.
though, if he has conquerors or not. I'm not saying he doesn't.
He doesn't seem to
but-
have. He's not the. If
I
we-
wouldn't be shocked either way.
He'd be,
As I said,
the,
yeah.
he'd be the one person I've seen that would go against the grain for
Yeah.
having King's hockey.
But he's more ambitious than anybody. You know what I mean?
I mean, does
and he's
ambition
willing-
hold on?
and he
does-
has the
hold on.
faith and
Does
will to do
ambition-
this stuff.
Does ambition equal out to being a king?
yeah, because that's to be the qualities of a kid.
You have to have qualities of a king. He's
But
not a
well,
quality.
we're talking about hockey, which is
Talking about
ambition and willpower.
Stand above others.
So it's like, I mean, he wants to be the king of the world, right? He's going to destroy the world and make it his
he's
own.
able
It's
to get.
his era.
He's
it's
able
his
to get
age.
strong people.
We don't know if he knows
already
that.
able to
Well,
He
follow.
said that.
No,
And plus,
he
wait,
didn't.
what's his ship name? Zaber of Zebek.
No, most like
He's setting up on Beehive. Like he wants to be what Zebek was trying to
No,
be.
I'm not arguing that's not true. Like most likely his kid, he loves history. Most likely he knows about all that because Blackbeard favors history. He loves it. He studies it.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know if that's what his ambition is. Because for instance, he would maybe want to become Pirate King or King of the World. Because King of the World and Pirate King are two different
That's true.
things.
That's true. But either way, he's reached this
What's a
level.
higher seat, though?
He's reached this level in the way you're not supposed
I
to,
guess.
but he's still reached.
Listen, man. He
Because
needs to
he was
have more
willing to
screen
do
time.
stuff.
Because
agree with that.
at this point, I feel like he's a character in the background we're all anticipating, but there's nothing behind him. If you get what I'm
Need
saying.
that flashback, though.
It's just abilities. You're right.
We need
It's
the
just ability
flashback. We
based.
need
Kaido
the-
needs a
we need
flashback.
to- yeah, he-
But
Kaido is another Jiren, bro, to me.
He's nothing like Jiren,
He's
bro.
so
Honestly,
whack.
I don't see how Luffy, right as of right now, beats him.
He's gonna lose to him again.
No, he has to.
He's gonna fight him and lose to him
Yeah,
again.
right now he has to. Because Kaido didn't even whip out Awakening yet.
Thank you.
Whip out Awakening.
For all we know, that's Awakening he's using
No,
right
it
now.
didn't. They,
No, it's
they,
not.
would have said something about it.
Honestly, I don't think Kaido, from what he's showing, he hasn't even gone all out. Like, he hasn't been in a real fight with
I'm gonna be
Luffy.
100% with you, right? Kaido's gonna take that L, and it's gonna be BS.
Listen, Larry's not wrong.
Yo,
He's not wrong.
You gotta hold on. You gotta think about the timetable, right? They were in Zoa what 2 weeks ago, and then like 3 days before that they were in Dressrosa. He wasn't even able to beat Dofi. Then he goes to Kaido, fights him in Gear 4th, gets one-shotted. You know what I'm saying? And he starts learning a new technique within like a week, and now he's fighting Kaido again, and he does some damage. And then all of a sudden he can fight Kaido base form, while Kaido is hybrid form.
I mean, he lost though.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
we
It's
didn't
been
see
like
that.
20 minutes max.
Come on, man.
Like 20 minutes max.
Kaido laughed at Luffy.
And we don't-
afterwards. He was
yeah.
like,
But the thing
gumbo,
is,
He said,
The
"Go,
thing is-
go, no."
This is where it would have been okay for me, because I understand he needs to win and it can't take forever to win. But if Luffy was able to use the techniques he's using now, I would have loved to see him use it.
Yeah.
But Kaido automatically goes, "You're not strong enough," and pushes him. You know, like instead of clashing to show that evenness, because Luffy was doing that. He was blocking attacks. I would have been like, but if he was like, okay, I'm going to hit back and then we're going to clash, but I'm going to overpower you, I would have said that's way better to look at.
This is one of
That
those rare
felt
moments
better to read.
where I fully agree with Larry. We should have seen Luffy's loss.
Yeah.
Which is why I think he's going to lose again, and we will see that loss.
Like, what do you
know what I
gain
mean?
from that?
But we seen him lose twice before that. But we seen Luffy lose twice already. We seen him lose twice already, kind of. Wait, when he got the knockout the first time, and then the second time he got knocked out where...
About to lose 4 times, though.
No, he's going to keep losing
Well,
because,
3 times.
in a way, for what it looks like, Luffy, at the very least, needs to bring out to even have a chance of being Kaido is, like, I think it's Gear 5 or whatever, like the combination of all the other gears and his awakening.
I don't think Gear 5 comes
It's
out.
not, Awakening's not coming out yet.
Yeah.
You have to have a new thing for the next big opponent.
And I'm going to be
or
real.
arc.
I don't even think it being rubber and turning everything to rubber, I don't think that...
How does that help you versus
How
Kaido?
does that help you fight Kaido at this point? Like, he's able to fly, and he's able to, like, I mean, he's physically just stronger than Luffy.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
and that's
The
the thing.
rubber
There's
would
nothing
help-
he could really do.
the power against
But
his
the point
power.
is, the point is of the arc is Luffy overcoming this impossible to defeat person. Not, oh, I'm gonna whip out this technique that allows me to do it per se. The one that he whipped out or learned or was able to obtain, it is I'm gonna punch through Kaido. You know what I mean? Like he has to beat him 1v1 himself in the pocket where his punches become strong enough to beat Kaido. Him whipping out Awakening doesn't fit
So this
that.
is this
You
is
know
where
what I
it
mean?
gets.
Gear 5 does, though.
Gear 5 will. And it would.
This is where it
but
gets
Awakening
uncomfortable.
wouldn't,
This is where it gets
to me.
uncomfortable. So, like, put it this way. So, who can beat Kaido right now? Like in the show.
Kind of, for sure.
All right. So
For sure?
Hold on. Hold on.
For sure.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
For sure.
Hold
You
on.
don't even
Hold on.
As King gets
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna say.
show.
We're gonna say Akainu,
You
right?
have-
Who else?
yeah.
Who else?
I
Who
believe
else?
Shanks.
Shanks. Okay. Who else?
Possibly.
How you gonna say? Wait, hold on,
Possibly.
wait. You
Possibly
said
Big Mom.
Because
You heard
Okay.
No, did you hear him?
He didn't say
said
Marco.
for sure for Akainu
Yes.
being Kaido.
Yes.
But possibly for
It's
Shanks.
because I have future sight.
Okay.
You feel me? And
All right,
I can
so
see.
We're
it's
saying,
not working
We're
well.
saying
It's
3
not.
people right now, right? We're saying 3 people.
Yeah, I know I'm always right.
So we're saying 3 people.
Maybe Sengoku, too.
Maybe Sengoku. So we have 4.
Basically,
what about-
Rhino's just naming people who have King's Disposition Hockey.
What about Dragon?
All right, we're not gonna talk about that. So we got 4 people. If Luffy is able to bang out with Kaido and just learn how to do something a month ago, and he wins, and there's only 4 other people we can name that could beat Kaido in a fight,
It's probably
what are we talking about?
probably
Like the dude just started pirating like 4 years ago.
Well, again, there's a
Not
concept
even.
that I try to explain where if you want to listen to it, it's
Nah,
fine.
man,
But
I'm not
like I
listening to
said,
it. Yo, the progression level's crazy.
your
No,
piece, bro.
but
No.
they did establish though that Luffy is supposed to be a genius to that aspect.
I get you.
Like fast learner,
But
genius.
put it
all
this
that.
way: his progression level, Lawrence, give him another 3 years.
He's not going to survive long enough for that.
But they established.
No,
They established with
I
Rob
want
Luffy.
Luffy to die as soon as he becomes Pirate King, yo. Because that's what it's
is-
gonna
and then
take.
Chopper gonna bring
That's the
back.
automatic
Chopper gonna
sacrifice.
cure death.
Like, I want to ask you a question. Which one will get you stronger? You casually get into fights throughout years, or you stuck in a confined area and you're fighting creatures or beings a lot stronger than you?
I'm gonna say plot.
That's not an answer.
I'm gonna say plot.
Plot is an answer.
Plot is
but,
an answer.
No.
But
No,
it's still
what do you
real.
think? No, what will get you stronger? The first one or the second one?
I'm gonna be real. He should have lost when he fought Crocodile the second time.
He did lose.
Still
He
not
did lose
answering-
when he fought
did.
Crocodile.
No, I
second
mean
time.
like died.
Why?
Lawrence, you remember when he spit the water into the air at an angle and it came back down on him?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But
If there's Alabasta
It's funny.
Alabasta told me everything about One Piece.
It do.
It told me that Luffy
Poneglyphs, everything.
It told
Ancient
me
weapons, everything.
It told me
Hockey.
Luffy had hockey. It told me that
Zoro had hockey.
Zoro had observation and he had armament. It told me that Sanji had observation because he heard Vivi crying, and like that's part of his observation. And it told me about poneglyphs. It told me about all the plot armor that's gonna happen.
You're the one that doesn't think
it told me
it's
about
one of the best
formula.
arcs.
It told me about the formula that's gonna happen, and then it showed me that Pell exists. And I was
Told you
like,
everything about One Piece.
I was like, yo,
in one arc.
I'm gonna be real. Should have dropped it then.
But we established though that One Piece taking abilities was already before even Alabasta.
just saying the word tanking. You remember when Usopp got hit in the face with a 4-ton bat?
One Piece taking abilities.
Yeah,
He's like
man.
one of the
Come on,
weakest.
man.
Dude,
people.
Odin was boiled in a pot for an hour. There is no series.
Usopp has the best armament hockey in the entire show.
Name a series with a dude like Odin where somebody can survive in a pot like Odin did. And he's not even a top 20 character in
Who,
strength.
Odin?
Yeah, name a series. There's nobody who's just like,
is
let
Odin
me.
top 20?
No.
I'm trying to
he's
think of a
not
number
top
of
20.
series.
Odin might
He's
be
not top 20. No, he's not. No, he's
He
not.
might be number 20.
Yo,
He's not top 20. Yeah, tripping.
Never Tony.
yo, put it this
But
way.
my point is, he
put it
was
this
able
way.
to survive that.
I'm a huge Zoro fan, but like I don't believe Zoro's cutting him without Enma, not cutting Kaido without Enma. And that Enma, as I've said before, I believe it turns black, obviously because of your hockey. But the person who put their hockey into that sword, it's left over from them. So that's why when Kaido's got
Only if he
cut,
turns black.
when Kaido turned and he was like, "Yo, what's that ominous sword?" He said something like that. You
Yeah, he
remember?
did.
He felt that hockey that wasn't even from Zoro. That was from Enma.
I only may agree with that if they probably share the same will. Because
They're both conquerors.
no, because if you think of when Joe used Ryuma's blade to cut Monet, he went right through her and he used that hockey blade. Yet Joe didn't
Listen,
cut
man,
her
that
at all.
was-
He didn't cut her.
We
with
all
him.
knew that was King Dispo.
It was
Stop
something.
walling. Yo,
It was
I can't
something.
take
I don't
this
know what
Zoro
it was.
disrespect from you, Lionel, anymore.
I'm using logic
Watch
for
Alabasta.
Amazing.
Read Alabasta again, bro.
I'm using
We all know
Read
that,
it.
but we all know that if Zolo wanted to cut Monet, he
Yo, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? That Zoro even said when he was holding the boulders after he cut Mr. One and the fight was all over between Luffy and Crocodile, he was holding the boulders and said, "I have to feel what I felt again during that fight."
Yeah.
Because he was able to cut steel. And he was already trying to master armament without knowing that. Luffy didn't know that. This is why I have a huge gripe with
He
the
still
pre-time
wasn't-
skip.
He still wasn't being Luffy, bro. It don't matter.
I don't know, man.
He was not being Luffy. There's
I'm
no version of Zolo that
I'm
beats
gonna
Luffy
be
in a
real,
fight.
bro.
There is
If there's no
version.
plot,
There is no version.
if there's no plot,
There
yo,
is no version.
I think he wins by a slight
Oh my
chance
God.
because he was already doing things that Luffy couldn't.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
not even true.
It doesn't matter. Zolo was never fighting the degree of difficulty that Luffy was fighting.
They ended up fighting in
At
Alabasta
any
for real.
point. At any point.
They ended up fighting for
For
real
like
though.
2 seconds.
But also,
Luffy
I also
was-
And
disagree
Luffy
that,
was actually trying to beat him up.
but I also disagreed that
He
doesn't mean that
couldn't.
Zolo can't.
He can't. The
No.
same way Sanji can't beat Zolo, Luffy can't. Zolo
No,
can't
no,
beat
no, no.
Luffy.
I'm talking about.
I don't accept that.
I don't fully accept that either. And
Yeah,
also,
sure.
too,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
not,
like
it's not right.
because
Yeah.
Zolo said it before.
It's the logical side of this.
He no, because like before Zolo kind of saying that he's allowing Luffy to be his captain, and Zolo never recognized that all throughout the whole time that Luffy was his captain because he's greater or stronger than me. Zolo has never established that. He's willing to join because it's like
Even Zoro,
That's not true.
Hold on.
Fishman Island, when he saw Luffy knock out the 50,000 people, he went, "That's what I expect of my captain," because he can't do that. He actively can't knock out 50,000
Well, he also
people.
didn't get trained by like a top three character.
but that's him acknowledging that is something I can't
Really not
do.
top three?
That is something I cannot do,
yo,
and he's
no.
able to do
Do
it.
you get
That's
what
why
you
he's
mean?
my captain.
Really?
well, he actually possibly
I'm not
can do
saying
that because
that.
he has
Well, no, but
50%.
he didn't know that at the time.
No,
What do you
but
mean?
also too, there's another translation
What
that
do you
said
mean?
it was just like he said if you can't at least do this much, we have to be finding a new captain.
But either way, we know we've seen 300, 400,
Listen,
500 chapters
if-
since then.
if
Lawrence.
Luffy-
We know Zolo not knocking out 50,000 people.
If Luffy
So-
ever slipped up,
If
I
Zoro
guarantee you
controls-
Zoro would take over.
If Luffy
in a
died
heartbeat.
for real, no, if Luffy really died, the Straw Hats would break up.
Yeah.
Luffy was about to get attacked by Zoro if
I'm
didn't,
serious.
if Luffy didn't kick Usopp off the ship.
no, I'm saying this right now.
And Zolo would have lost.
No, I'm saying this right now. Zoro,
No, he wouldn't.
no,
wouldn't.
I'm saying this right
Zoro
now.
would have never
No, I'm
lost.
saying right
Oh
now,
my God.
like if you put in thing on different perspective, because for example, like You know that whole I don't want to Ace again. You know that Ace not
on,
running
man.
thing.
We
Why
passed
would I-
spoilers at this point.
Oh yeah, this is spoiler free.
You should have said that earlier. Like we spoiled like so
Yeah,
many
my
things.
bad. Yeah, if you just started
Did we
watching,
spoil?
if they just started watching One Piece now,
Damn, I can't tell Viv to watch this.
nah.
Nah,
I'm gonna tell him to watch it
wait,
anyway.
That's messed up.
I'm gonna tell Josh to watch it.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to read.
Hey, what I was saying is like pretty much the whole Zolo thing, right? Is that like Zolo's will? I'm not. Don't take it this way. I'm saying that Zolo's will is stronger than Luffy's because that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying from the get, Zolo has established that his will was ridiculously strong for like, for example, where situations he should have died and he just like Odin just willed his way to survive it, right? And also too, like for example, like
Damn,
in
I hear Larry saying plot, but it's cool.
but like in situations
Zoro's
too,
a
where,
real dude.
or Zolo, right? He we're gonna hold up, for example, like Zolo doesn't run away from fights. He doesn't retreat. He doesn't really do
He
it.
even used observation against Hachi. But keep going.
So what I'm saying, like for example, because remember like when Zolo's in the beginning, way back, like versus the Buggy Pirates, right? Luffy got captured, and Zolo's about to fight his way out. Luffy tells Zolo to run. Do you remember Zolo's reaction?
No, I don't. It was a long time ago,
He
man.
looked at Luffy like
I don't reread that.
kind of like looked at him like, "Are you serious? Like I'm not gonna do it." But then he remembers, "Nah, I pledged in a way that you're my captain." What I'm saying is, what I mean is like situations like this is what I'm getting at. Is like, so like Zolo. I'm not saying that being under Luffy made Zolo weaker. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying is that same attitude. If Zolo's by himself. Yes, being with Luffy, being put him in situations, but Zolo by himself with his will, you already see how far it could take him. Where it's like he's doing this, put Zolo in Luffy situations where he's fighting the main captain, where he's doing this stuff. You trying to tell me that Zolo's not going to get there? Already, you've seen he's able to hurt Kaido.
Depends. Is he fighting the same main villains of these arcs? Because he's dead.
Well, I'm talking about like for example,
and I love Zolo, bro. He's not being Crocodile. He's not being Enel. He's not being Lucci. He's not surviving these.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, and as strong as he is, he has King's Position Hockey. So he was always supposed to have King's Position Hockey, whether he met Luffy or not.
Yeah.
So he's already one of those people. But like, he's not like the matchup is insane. It's too much. It will be too much for him to overcome.
well, I'm
You know
talking
what I'm
about. I
saying?
meant like the captain leader's positions that Luffy's put in, like pretty much fighting those. Because obviously Zolo would have his own journey fighting that,
Yeah.
like pretty much going up to beat Mihawk as the world's greatest swordsman and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I'm saying that Zolo's will and strength as a person, and also too like to be able to survive the situations and overcome it, his will is strong enough to be like again. They always view Zolo as. Is he not the captain? They mistaken Zolo for the captain all the time.
But how many people who have a real scope of the Straw Hats have said this? You know what I mean? And post Enies Lobby have said this. But nobody. Like, Urogi said it, right? He don't know the Straw Hats from a can of paint. He don't actually know them. You get me? He just seen what Zolo was like and was like, oh, that is the aura and what a captain is like. Because he probably hasn't run into many King's Disposition hockey users in his
but
life.
do you remember what he said though?
He was like, it's a testament to what Luffy is because he has someone like this in his crew.
Yeah, but he also
and that's
said,
real.
Who's the he said? But because he's not likely to stand under anybody or
Whose phone
others.
is that?
That's a car.
No, somebody's phone is ringing.
It's pretty much.
Somebody's phone is ringing. All right, whatever.
To stand under others.
I think he's having technical difficulties.
But you think I think that Zolo? I'm thinking what I seen from Zolo, right? Again, showing again like, how he's able to affect Kaido, like he leaving a scar, and also, you guys may say it's crazy. He's able to block 2 Yonko combined attacks.
Oh my god, we're not talking about that either, man. Like,
That was
the first time I really didn't like Zoro.
That was
the first
bro.
time.
You
That was dope.
You be too focused on the wrong thing, bro.
Nah, man, I don't. I saw this regular dude tank the
Regular.
strongest attack, considerably the strongest attack in the entire show.
So you're saying tanking.
how you gonna go all this to the Zolo hype and now to know he's regular?
Yeah, and you're
In
saying
his defense, he didn't know he had King's Disposition.
Listen, I'm
hockey
talking about he's a regular dude compared to Kaido and Big Mom.
yet. Is he? He's a King's Disposition hockey.
Was Zoro out here knocking giants of Albaf out at 8 years old?
He was taking cannonballs though while he was sleeping and waking up like, yo,
Come on, man.
why y'all being?
He
so
couldn't
noisy?
even be
That's the future
Kushina,
world's
dog.
strongest swordsman you talking about. All right,
sure.
all right.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna end this right here because we do have to go. But Kushina didn't die from those steps. Her dad ended up murking her.
No,
dog.
she committed suicide. And that's one of the darkest things that's ever happened in One Piece.
Wait, who?
Kuina, the girl that Zolo is.
Oh, Kuina, not Kushina.
Kuina. The one that Zolo's like,
She's
her role
black.
that he's like absorbed with the sword. She killed herself because she threw herself down a flight of stairs because she was a woman and she would never be able to be the world's strongest swordsman in her mind.
And thank you. That's that One Piece talk. We're gonna end it on that.
True? What?
Thank you guys for coming out to our episode and watching. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you to my guys. Hopefully we can do this again and have a good time. Thank you. Jesus, bro, that was dark.